Hey everyone, it is Thursday, January 23rd, 2025, 2 days after an historic snowstorm across the Wiregrass. I'm sitting here next to the second big snowman I built, Frosty #2, with the original carrot and sticks on him, in ode to the Frostyometer that we use to prepare everyone for this event. There's a lot of uncertainty forecasting a winter storm in the deep south when you're looking a week out, even 4 or 5 days out. There's some uncertainty. We can never say for sure, hey, it's going to happen. But this event, I remember a week in advance looking at the setup and thinking, boy, if it's ever going to happen, this is the type of setup to have. And my older daughter, asked me over the weekend, Dad, how did this happen? Well, a few key ingredients came together. We had to get all that cold air to come in to lay the foundation to support snow. And that occurred. It came from the Arctic Circle straight down through Canada into the US over the weekend and into early next week, a key ingredient. Number two, we had this piece of upper level energy dropping through the Rockies and then kicking eastward. That helped to produce the third key ingredient, which was low pressure in the Western Gulf. And that moved to the east along that boundary between the warm and the cold air, which was down there in the Central Gulf, and it threw that moisture up into the cold air. And the result was just incredible amounts of snow from Texas through Louisiana, through the Wiregrass up into the Carolinas. Officially about 6 inches in Dothan, but some parts of the Wiregrass had 10, even 11-inch totals. Saw some big reports out of Opp, for example, but even into southwest Georgia, into the Panhandle, several inches of snow. In fact, around Milton, there were 9, 10-inch reports in the Panhandle. So just incredible to see it all come together. And the cold air at night has allowed this snow to stick around all the way through late week here and into the weekend. The days are turning warmer. It feels pretty good out, popping into the 40s today. So there's melting occurring, especially in areas with the sunshine. But where I'm sitting in the shade, this Frosty will be around for a while because the snow melt process will take a while. The sun is strong and the roads that are in the sun are pretty much back to normal, but any areas that are shaded will stay icy as we go through today, or at least slushy, and then icy again for the morning hours tomorrow because it will be so cold. From a historic perspective, a few things. Number one, the cold air has been incredible. Officially 9 degrees at the airport yesterday. That was the third coldest temperature on record for Dothan, and the records here go back 60 years to 1965. So 21,900 days since then, and it was the third coldest morning since then. So bad news for the landscape because some of our non-native plants may be struggling and some might not come back. Some of the tender citrus trees and palms and other tropicals probably won't make it. The other point on a historic perspective is the amount of snow that fell. We had 2 inches as the previous record for Dothan, officially for the airport in Dothan, again since 1965, and 5-6 inches widespread in the Dothan area, shattering the record. And again, some of the totals well over that. And you go back in the history books, if you look at some of the other big snows across the South, generally you have to go back to the late 1890s, mid to late 1890s, 1895, 1899, some of those years that had some snows across the South that were significant. It's been a long time. And at that point, in the 1890s, some of the totals I've seen from around this general area, about 3 inches. So who knows how long it's been since a snow like this has fallen in the city of Dothan and the Wiregrass. It could have been 100 years more than the 1895 event. Could have been, 200 years ago. Who knows? Bottom line is it was an historic event all across the South, something that we may never see again. But the way weather works is there's always a real small chance every single month, every single year during the winter months for an event like this to play out. Could happen again in a year or 2 years. Might not happen again for another 300-400 years. It's just the way weather goes. But what an event it has been. Hopefully you have made some great memories and enjoyed playing in the snow, with the kids especially. It's so fascinating for me to watch the kids play in the snow. I grew up in it, so I kind of got used to it as a kid, but then been away from it for 20 years. So to play again in the snow this week has been like transforming into an 8-year-old boy, because let's face it, I'm an 8-year-old boy at heart. So to get out there and play in the snow, it was simply fantastic. And I had to keep doing it again today. And I might be out here again tomorrow. Who knows, making more snowballs and snowmen and enjoying the snow until it is gone, because it will be melting, warming up this weekend into next week. But hey, enjoy the snowballs as you make them, and enjoy the memories, and share, and just rejoice in what we've seen this week, and try to take in what you're seeing. The fact that I'm sitting here with snow still on the bushes, basically on the third day since it snowed, Tuesday, Wednesday, now Thursday. It's unbelievable. It's just hard to comprehend. When I look around and I see my yard covered in snow, it's like being in a dream. It's really hard to comprehend what we've seen and what we are seeing even to this day. So enjoy it. We'll be tracking some warmer weather as we go into next week. And kudos to Frosty for coming to life and producing some amazing snow in the Wiregrass.